Hello. I have decided to add myself to the multitude of people who present their tales of illness and medical issues to others to help. I have benefited. I've spent hours watching YouTube videos of people with different illnesses and issues that are similar to my own, and so I thought I would add myself to the fold. Specifically, in this video at least, I would like to discuss getting on federal disability in the United States. I am on federal disability in the United States, and I would like to share with you my experience and advice. First of all, accept and understand that the second you apply for disability, you cannot make any earned income. Nothing. You cannot work for money. You can be on unemployment. You can get money from investments, which we all have, sure. You can be given money by friends, but you cannot work and receive money of any kind from the moment you apply for disability. If you do, they will throw out your case. When you apply for disability, it is going to take, on average, between 1 and 3 years to get accepted. That's a ridiculously long time. So you can't, I'm telling you this because you can't just be like, all right, no problem, I'm going to get disability. You need to prepare. You have to have credit cards to live on, or someone's couch to live on, or, you know, a spouse or someone that you can rely on for the long haul while you wait for your disability to get accepted. And again, the first time you apply, you're going to get shut down. You're going to get denied the first time. That's just how it goes. They will look through your entire work history and call you on it. You'll have a whole interview and they will go through your entire work history. They have it from the beginning of time, since all your taxes. So it has listed everything. Even if you didn't file your taxes, they did. With your anything you did with your social security number, they have a record of, and they will go through it. So now they have a record of every job you've ever had. So they know your skill set. They know your education level. They know what jobs you've had in the past. And they will suggest and ask why you cannot go back to those previous jobs. So when you apply for disability, it does not matter what your diagnosis is. It does not matter. You can have a brain tumor. It does not matter. It does not matter what you have. It depends on your ability to have and keep a job. That's it. If you could work at a movie theater as a ticket taker, they will deny you your disability. That's just how it goes. For example, if you used to work at a phone sex line, but then your legs were dissolved off by a radioactive squid, and you applied for disability because you had dissolved off legs, they would not give you the disability because they would see that in the past you worked as a phone sex operator, and would say, but your hands still work and you can still speak, so what reason is there that you couldn't go back to that? Just as an example. I have seen people on message boards and forums and Facebook, and they've got, you know, people are fucked up. They're messed up, and they apply for disability, and they get denied, and they're heartbroken. They don't understand why, because they've got, you know, brain problems and spine problems, and they're in pain, and it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. All they want to know is if you can function, and their level of what they believe. And it doesn't matter if that one job that you could actually do has you in constant pain and does by no means cover your expenses of medical care. Doesn't matter. They don't care. And to this end, and this is the advice that I have given most, as for myself, I didn't have a diagnosis until a couple months ago, and I've been on disability now for a couple of years. The way I got disability is because I've been going to doctors since I was 19 for whatever my mystery illness is, which I now know is Ehlers-Danlos. They think I've got some sort of genetic joint problem that's making my whole body go kablooey. You know, one of those invisible illnesses. Invisible illnesses are like the hardest to get. I mean, maybe not the hardest, but they're difficult because there doesn't seem to be that much tangible. So number one, you have to get evidence, just a pile of doctor stuff. Show that you've been going to doctors for a long time and trying. That looks good. That looks good if you've been working and you've been going to doctors consistently. I know that's not something everyone can do because I know as far as myself, I had trouble keeping health insurance for most of my adult life because I'm sick. But whatever, that's a different issue. So you need to establish that. That looks good. But in addition, not just establishing that you have health issues, certain health issues work better. Like I said, they don't care how much pain you're in. And if you can have any job, if you can work stocking shelves, if you can, have some shitty mall job ringing people up, whatever, they'll say that you're not outside the realm of working. The intangibles, if you have in your repertoire of symptoms, any symptoms that keep you from being a reliable person, panic attacks, agoraphobia, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, for those of you not in the know. Those were the things that my lawyer pushed. I had those as established issues. Not a lie. I got those problems. To me, those were secondary to the neurological and pain things that I had going on. But the neurological and pain things I had going on don't really interest the court. Having a health issue like IBS or panic or depression, that's a good one too. Those are things that keep you from being able to go into work at any given moment. Things that keep you from being able to plan anything ahead. Those are the symptoms that you really want to push forward and make evident in your case. Because that's what's going to make them say, well, what is she going to do? Especially, if you're, it makes it harder in the computer age because there are so many things that one can do from home. So you have to keep that into account as well. Granted, skill level comes into play there because, yes, there are things people can do from home, but if you didn't go to college and you're not computer proficient, then you're not going to be able to have one of those jobs. So your education level and, like I said, your past jobs does come into play. But from my experience and from who I've spoken to, having ailments that keep you from being able to plan ahead, inconsistency, and that was personally how I did it because, you know what, I might be fine. I might be fine for like 2 weeks. I might have a good couple weeks. And then I'll have a bout of migraines. Or then, my right arm won't work. Or my insides will be a mess for weeks. And I won't be able to eat for 6 hours before leaving the house if I want to leave the house. Things like that. Things like that are your best bet. Also, get a lawyer. Just get a lawyer. Don't be stingy about the money. They're not going to charge you. They're not going to charge you until they win you money. And they're going to take a percentage. It's going to be like, I don't know, 20, maybe even 30%, whatever. Just do it. Just do it, because they know what to do. They know the lingo. They know what to push. My lawyer was great. She got me my stuff, like I said, without even having it. I didn't even have any specific diagnoses, just a bunch of documented symptoms, basically. And the way it works is from the moment you apply for disability until the moment you are finally awarded it and get your first check, your first payment, all of that accrues. So if it takes 3 years for you to get your disability approved, once it's finally approved, you have to wait a couple months, and then you get a check for that entire 3 years, and that's awesome. You feel like vindication, and then it goes so much faster than you want it to, because disability pays shit. But whatever, it's something. And you get a big chunk of money. I think with my lawyer, I think they even took that out, like, sucked it out before I got the check. I might be wrong about that. But then you get the money. But so get a lawyer. You'll just look online, look at the newspaper. Just pick one. I don't know. Yeah, because they're not going to get paid unless you get your money. And that's pretty much my advice. Oh, also, if you can help it, don't move between applying for disability and then getting your hearing, because they will try to move your case to a different borough, a different state, a different whatever, and then you'll be all the way at the end of the line again. So if you do have to move, see if you can keep your address on paper, so that, just if you have to move, if something happens, just ask that you can pick up your mail there. If you do the post office thing, don't do the permanent. If you go to the postoffice.com, you can change your address online, or through the post office. Don't do that, or if you do, make it temporary. Don't do it permanent, because if they see that, they'll say, well, you moved and we don't want to do it now. We want to do it to your current address, and they will move your case, and you'll get to the back of the line, and it might take a whole nother year. I think that's all the advice I have. Good luck. It's horrible, and it sucks, but getting disability isn't, for me, was like, well, whatever. It's still hard to live on $800 a month. But Medicare, baby. Medicare is like the Cadillac of insurance. It's the best. So yeah, Medicare is worth it. Medicare, just knowing that you don't have to worry about not having health coverage. It's like, it lets you breathe again, and it's so worth it. Medicare is so worth it. Anyway, that's my advice. This is much more long-winded than I meant it to be. Good luck. Good luck. You need it. I know it's rough. Good luck.